Hello, dear one. Welcome to the series Through the Fire, part 16. My name is Joya, and today I would like to come back to the basics. So this series is for somebody that's going through a fire, meaning somebody that has just literally experienced a wildfire, and then it's for everybody else that is going through some other kind of fire. You know, a loss, a change, a letting go, anything that challenges you. And I would like to acknowledge right here your loss. And that's why I call it coming back to the basics, because I'm pretty sure that you are telling, there's a story that you might be telling yourself about how strong you have to be, how you have to function, how life continues, and you should be grateful that for all that you are and have and that you're alive. And I absolutely agree with you. These are all areas to be grateful about. And at the same time, please, 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 please allow yourself to acknowledge the loss. And also receive it when somebody else looks at you and says, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Yeah, and that's what I'd like to say to you today. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry that this has happened, that this is what you're going through, that this seems to be what you have to go through for some deeper, possibly still unknown reason. So there's a time for everything. And when I say I'm sorry, I don't mean that I pity you. And I doubt that anybody else around you is pities you. That's not really the right movement. Yet at the same time, these events, these letting goes, they're big, they're huge, and to a certain extent, especially when it is a natural calamity, a natural disaster, is very traumatic. So do not underestimate that. Know that your body naturally goes into some kind of a shock. You might experience that you're numb. It's called PTSD. And it requires a different way of being and showing up for yourself. So please allow yourself to acknowledge, to recognize the loss. You might feel like, my God, this is not the first thing, or why is stuff like that always happening to me? Yes, of course, there is something that's called the law of manifestation, the law of attraction. And naturally, I ask myself, what am I putting out in terms of thoughts, feelings, emotions that I attracted? And I'm making it personal right now. I'm not saying you should do the same thing, but I ask myself that question. And I remember actually, I think a year later, I decided to get an astrological reading. And it was not a Western astrology reading. It was actually an Eastern, a Vedic astrology reading. And the guy said to me that I had fire in my chart. So you kind of wonder, what comes first, the hen or the egg? Yeah, had I known that before, would I have lived differently? Would I have done anything different? I don't know. Fact is, it happened. And question is, how can we be with a big experience, a challenge, a crisis that is shaking you up, that is rattling your cage, that is putting your life upside down? Yeah, that's what these events can do. And as you acknowledge and recognize your loss, and you might also say to yourself, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Or maybe, tell your inner child, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we have to go through this. Yeah. Well, my experience is whenever we are truthful, whenever we are honest, whenever you're authentic with yourself, and of course other people will pick it up, these are all movements that create healing. And so don't feel like you're in some kind of a competition, how fast can I overcome this or move on or just be done with it. Really, really, really allow yourself to go deep with it. That's my invitation here. And so you might want to, maybe we'll do a little playful exercise, as I love to do. So if you can spare a moment, close your eyes. Only close your eyes if you're safe. And bring your hands to the heart, or one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Yeah, and then say to yourself, I acknowledge, I recognize this loss. I acknowledge, I recognize this loss. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I possibly co-created it. I'm sorry that there's so much hardship or difficulty that I have to experience right now. I'm sorry for all the ways that I might have been unaware, unconscious, and asleep. Take a deep breath in and out. Yeah. I am sorry. And I recognize my loss. And right now you get to be with that. There's nothing else you need to do. Just be in that place of I'm sorry, I recognize my loss. Yeah, and if their emotions or feelings showing up, celebrate them, welcome them. Love yourself to pieces. You deserve it. Beautiful. And then together, let's take one more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And I send you my blessings. Mwah. Be well, be gentle, be kind with yourself. Until we meet. If you feel inspired, please leave a comment below. And if you need more support, please reach out to me. You can get a hold of me at www.joya.love. Joya.love. Okay, many blessings. Mwah.